CIL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Fern Northcutt, and Tom Lucas.
Good morning. Welcome to the Radio Real Estate. It's the on-air open house. It's the first Radio Real Estate of a brand new month. Isn't that exciting?
Very.
And it's a great looking month.
It's not bad so far.
Oh, yeah.
Day 2.
Hey.
April Fools yesterday?
Yeah, did you get stung?
Always.
No, did you really? Did he pull a little trick on you?
Oh, people always pull tricks on me. I love it. I'm never sure. I'm so gullible.
The trick that I pulled on you is I didn't pull one on you this year.
No, you didn't.
Next year, maybe. You never know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Bill, you?
No.
No? Me too. Dwayne?
No tricks.
No tricks. No tricks, eh? Unscathed this year. Well, that's a good thing. So it is Radio Real Estate. It is the 2nd of April. It's 2016. And have we written 2016 on the checks yet? Made a mistake on that?
Well, you know what? You start doing it in October, November, and by the time the new year comes around, then what can I say?
They used to putting it down.
Well, yeah, you put it on contract, so that's the whole idea.
That would make it not legal, wouldn't it? You put the wrong year on the contract?
You know what? I don't know.
We'll
they
discuss
normally
that
send it
later.
back anyway.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
yes, they do. It's 10:01 Radio Real Estate Show. Bill Macklem is here. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. He's the resident mortgage expert on the show. You're going to talk about mortgage rates going up and down?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Give us a hint.
The same.
Oh, okay.
And Bill will also answer your mortgage question of the week.
Later on the show, we're going to talk about home prices. I noticed that Tom has something in the real estate headline news that's coming up a little bit later this morning. And we're going to talk about home prices here in Vancouver and whether we're worse off than anywhere else in the world.
Hot topic. On our Radio Real Estate Home Handyman, Finn Jensen is here this morning, and he says April is finally here, and with her, she brings chores to do. She? What about he?
No, it's always she, isn't it? Boats are she, airplanes are she, cars are she.
Absolutely.
She.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You just be careful there, Tom.
Okay, Mom.
Monica Dieterbriga, president of Mummy Maids, will be here with their spring cleaning tip of the week. And this morning, Monica has a way to remove tarnish from copper using only natural products.
Yeah, somewhat like you cooking last night.
That's right. I was using garlic to get rid of any of this stuff.
Okay, the Radio Real Estate headline news is coming up. Bill was chatting about that just a second. What I will do is I'll read the headlines from the stories that were making the news this week. Bill and Fern, in their infinite wisdom, will answer those questions. We're also taking another trip down south of the border with our Cabos expert. His name is Leon. His name is Nick Fong, and we're going to investigate some interesting things for, well, what do you call those things? Strata Council.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a pet? Can you have a pet?
Yes, maybe no.
Perhaps, maybe not. Perhaps there are prohibitions on your pet, right? Well, we'll find
Exactly.
out about that.
Size, color,
Type. Yeah.
Type.
species.
Do they bite? Do they
Height.
not bite? Height, yeah.
Yeah.
Fleas, no fleas.
Well, it doesn't get to that, but yeah, it's interesting. And along the line, they changed the rules as well. So if you move into a complex that allows pets, you'd be grandfathered out. But if they change the rules and regulations, that pet dies, you can't get a new one.
Oh, well.
Anyway, Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up, and if there's something you'd like to know, leave your question for Bill on our website, radiorealestateshow.ca, radiorealestateshow.ca, and Bill will answer it on next week's show.
And one of your buddies, Don Mortimer from Remax Crest Realty Westside, will be on the program. We'll be taking a look at the Vancouver Metro market.
And so I guess we're looking at the time. It's 10:04, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
And right now, time for the weekly mortgage rate update with the mortgage expert. Well, you are.
Kind of. You know what the definition of an expert is?
No.
A guy with a tie,
Yeah.
5 miles from home.
That's you.
Exactly.
So what's going on?
Well, rates are pretty much stable. They're pretty much stable. So we've still got our 5-year close at 244, 249. That is a special rate. Let me caution you when I hear that. There's a special rate, so they have higher payable penalties. There are certain clauses you can't do, penalties, transfers, prepayment privileges, all that type of thing. So be careful of what you're looking for. So just because you get the lowest rate doesn't mean it's the best rate for you.
Closing dates, that sort of thing?
Closing dates could be a 30-day special, 45-day special, 60-day special. Mortgage companies are no different than auto dealers or any other kind of major product salespeople. They always have specials. You have to read the fine print.
So
Absolutely.
as we always do on the show, always suggest go see your mortgage broker, then go see your favorite real estate agent, right?
Absolutely. Shop for a mortgage first, and when you're dealing with a broker, You get all kinds of, it's tailor-made mortgages.
Sounds good. Now, in the next segment of the program, Bill will be answering the mortgage question of the week. Later, we will examine the real estate headline news. We will visit down south of the border with Nick Fong for some investment opportunities in Mexico.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650. Hi, this is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. You deserve the facts of a professional home evaluation based on the statistics of the MLS. To find out what your house is really worth, call or text me. Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Good morning, it's Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show, and I think I have an allergy or two. I better talk to Mike over at North Vancouver Nissan.
My nose is running crazy.
I think you and I better get a multi-point checkup.
We're inviting all our Nissan owners to come in and have their cars checked up. The sun is starting to come out. It's starting to dry up. Unfortunately, we're all starting to sneeze and get runny noses and coughing, but we're ready here to check the cars and make sure that they run perfect.
What's your phone number over there?
604-985-0339.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You have equity in your home. You are over 65. We have some exciting financing options for you. Purchase your second home, help your children buy their home, or set up an annuity for life. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages at 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CL 650.
Letters, we get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
This is exciting. This is the first time I've seen that spring sweater, Bill. Nice touch.
It's got a little lime green.
Tulips.
Very like a light yellow.
The question is, did you in the mirror knit that together?
No.
Well, Bill.
He knits his own way.
Does he?
Yes.
Well, somebody has to. Sure. Have you been downtown recently? It looks very nice down there. Very colorful.
Really?
Very colorful. Almost matches your sweater.
Ooh.
I have a very colorful question for you. Actually, Fern has a question for you, Bill. It's a very colorful question this week, right, Fern?
It certainly is. This week's question comes from Sandy Bell of North Vancouver. Sandy would like to know, Bill, what might delay approval of a mortgage?
There's a few things that might delay the approval of a mortgage. You might find that the property that you're looking at, now we're talking about, when you're talking about approval of a mortgage, we're not talking about a pre-approval of you, the client. We're talking about you looking at a property, and therefore now we're looking at the property. If we are looking at you, it could be the fact that you've told us that you make a certain amount of income, and now we have to prove it through Revenue Canada. You don't have the Revenue Canada notice of assessment to show that not only did you make what you said you made, but you don't owe any taxes. So that could delay things a little bit there. An employment letter could delay things. We had someone who was delayed on their approval because we couldn't get in touch with their employer for a job check to make sure they're actually working there. So that can happen. We may not be able to get access to your down payment. So there may be a gift. It could be some savings. So we have to be careful about that. So that's that side. On the side of the actual property that you're buying, the delays can happen. Maybe it's self-managed. Not a lot of lenders now like self-managed properties. There could be a deficiency report that maybe is being postponed for another year. Lenders are not liking that very much. There could have been a fix at some point in time, but maybe it was not a full fix on your strata, and so therefore the lender is now looking for an engineer's report to say that it's in pristine condition, that it can be resaleable. It may not be fully done. If it's not fully done, then the lender will probably back off. So there's a number of things that you have to be very careful of. So even though people are making unconditional offers, they have to be aware of the fact that some of these properties that they're looking at actually have some situation where they either been flagged by one of the lenders or one of the insurers because it doesn't meet some of the criteria, or there has been reported a problem with the property and we may have to send in appraisers, even though you may only be putting down 5%.
Mm-hmm. And I find that more and more with strata properties because there's more that meets the eye than what's in the reports.
Exactly.
There you go. Anyway, for expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Thank you, Fern. It's 10 after 10, 10:10 on the Radio Real Estate Show, and time now for Andrea Jock from Keller Williams Elite Realty. We're going to talk about real estate in the Tri-Cities. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, everyone.
Welcome back to the show. How's your week been?
It's been fabulous. All rested up from a wonderful Easter long weekend, and now back to a busy week.
You know, after you're on the air last week and your friends heard you, I had somebody ask me, what did you mean when you said that chocolate and wine are about the same in your house? They don't last too long.
I love them both too much.
Kind of like the houses on the market out there in the Tri-Cities, right? They're on the market one day and they're gone the next.
That's exactly it. That's right. Today I'm featuring a beautiful, meticulously maintained property that is being offered for sale for the first time in 20 years. 1408 Milford Avenue in central Coquitlam is situated on a huge flat lot just steps to Como Lake. The spectacular home features 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, an entertainer's dream kitchen, and a wraparound deck and private yard with bonus boat parking, plus a 2-car detached garage. Come by and check out the open house today and tomorrow from 1 to 4 p.m. Tomorrow from 9:30 to 2:30 is the first Poco Scouts Bottle Drive, located at Kilmer School, 1575 Napan Street, Port Coquitlam. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
And to get in touch with Andrea, call 604-683-3124 or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com. Phone number again is 604-783-3124 or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com.
Coming up, we're going to chat about the real estate stories that were making the headlines this past week, and we'll also chat about some people you may know, some people that might be living down in Mexico. They might be living with Nick Vong. You never know. We'll find out. Also, he is our Los Cabos agent, and we're going to explore the pet prohibitions with our condo lawyer on the show this morning. So that should be interesting, right, Fern?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, too. Looking forward to what Jason says. Good morning. This is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with mortgage expert Bill Macklem, president of Macklem Mortgages. Producer Dwayne Bishop and Tom Lucas, you're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CL 650.
Introducing Mommy Maids, a business created out of the lack of employment opportunities for single moms with flexible working hours. From residential to commercial, you can trust their insured and bonded cleaning professionals with any task. Let them clean your castle with no hassle. Go to mummymaids.com or call 604-533-4959.
1, 2, 3, ABC. Mommy Maids come rescue me.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show, and I think I have an allergy or two. I better talk to Mike over at North Vancouver Nissan.
My nose is running crazy.
I think you and I better get a multi-point checkup.
We're inviting all our Nissan owners to come in and have their cars checked up. The sun is starting to come out. It's starting to dry up. Unfortunately, we're all starting to sneeze and get runny noses and coughing, but we're ready here to check the cars and make sure that they run perfect.
What's your phone number over there?
604-985-0339.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. With interest rates always being the topic of discussion, it is important to have a mortgage professional who will guide you. If interest rates are all you think of, I can get you a 0% interest rate if you put 100% down. Of course, with 100% down, you don't really need a mortgage. Variable rates versus fixed rates. Which one is right for you? Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
Happy day after April Fool's Day. What? What? Yeah, what?
What?
Let's play a joke on somebody. Let's see if we have a solid sunshine today.
Ooh.
Okay, I lied. We're going to have some sun, some cloud today, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of it's going to be true.
That's going to be really good. On Sunday, we're going to have cloudy. 40% chance of shower in the afternoon, high of 14. On Monday, showers high of 13 and cloudy with 30% chance of rain.
You want to borrow the umbrella?
What happened to the sun?
We had a peak of sun.
Where was it?
What?
Where?
Yesterday.
Oh, I see. Right now it is 12 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CL 650.
South of the border, down Mexico way.
South of the border. Now, I know, Fern, you like to spend some time south of the border, down Mexico way. You love it down there, don't you?
I love it down there.
What's your favorite thing about it?
The weather and the people.
Laid back?
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah, but the weather's pretty good and the people are pretty good.
And the word mañana, does that come into it a lot? Like,
A lot.
A lot?
An awful
Really?
lot. Cerveza.
Cerveza, por favor. Por favor. Por favor to me sounds like you're pleading an awful lot. Please, please, please. 14 after 10 o'clock.
We are.
We are, yes, you're right. It's time to say good morning to our Los Cabos expert. He is the Los Cabos agent. His name is Nick Fong, and we're going to find out. Nick, first of all, why did you settle at a place like Los Cabos?
It was really by chance that I chose Cabo. Really, if it weren't for my wife, there would be no Los Cabos agent or Nick Fong in Cabo. There are other great areas of Mexico, very distinct in their climate, terrain. And having lived here in Los Cabos for 9 years, I can say my decision to pick Cabo has never been regretted, not for 1 minute. We have perfect weather all year round, and literally the sun is shining 330 days a year, if not more. Right south of the San Diego-Tijuana border is the Baja Peninsula. A lot of people know the Baja Peninsula. They've heard of the Baja 1000. A lot of movies take place in the Baja. At the very southern tip of the Baja Peninsula, 1,000 miles from San Diego, is where Los Cabos sits. There's an international airport with nonstop flights from the United States and Canada daily right to Los Cabos. The airport code is SJD, stands for San Jose del Cabo, and it's really what has put us on the map for our Northern America neighbors. Real estate is priced in US dollars. Foreigners set up a real estate trust called a fideicomiso in Spanish, and it's similar to owning a trust back home. For example, a living trust, a family trust, and I help all my buyer clients set up this trust. Property is fully titled. It is fee simple ownership, and you in fact can actually get title insurance policy on your property. One of the big benefits my clients find is that they can easily set up Mexican bank accounts, send and receive money from Mexico. It is almost as easy as sending money within your own home country.
What is your favorite local drink?
A lime margarita on the rocks.
What kind of tequila are we using?
My favorite is Patron. Cabo is a tourist destination, so if you are going out eating at the restaurants that tourists are eating at, you're not going to see a big change in price from living back home to living in Los Cabos. But where a local will learn very quickly is where to eat at the local restaurants, what local stores to frequent, and all in all, the cost of living in Los Cabos is much less than living back home, because Cabo has experienced a good 15 years or so of solid growth with a lot of hotels, residential developments, commercial projects, starting back in the early 90s and carrying us through to about the middle of 2008. It went from a small fishing village to a true destination spot in a little over a decade. Our market did take a big hit starting in late 2008 and through the past 4 years. In some areas, prices fell as much as 50%, but as much as what we have seen in the US, the market has slowly rebounded. The prices to go were the fire sale, desperate seller situations, but those opportunities have started to thin out quite a bit, and we're starting to see a more traditional market now. Surprisingly, inventory is extremely low for good quality products, properties, condos, houses alike. And to me, this is a good indicator as we are starting to see prices to increase. My typical client is someone from either the United States or from Canada. Typically, their age demographic falls between 40, 60 years old. They are a lot of times upper middle class. A lot of them are small business owners. They may not be retired now, but because of owning their own business, have very flexible schedules to come and go between their home city and Los Cabos. Many of our expatriates that do live in Los Cabos at least half of the year don't even speak Spanish. It's very English friendly. Although it helps to speak Spanish, it's not a prerequisite at all.
For more information on our Mexican market, call Nick Fong at 1-312-725-3664 or send Nick an email at info@loscabosagent.com.
Let me check with Fern. How do I say what in Spanish? ¿Qué? ¿Qué? What? ¿Qué?
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 ¿Qué? What? ¿Qué?
¿Qué?
What'd you say, Bill? ¿Qué?
Okay.
¿Qué? No, you said cerveza por favor before the show. And that we understood. 19 after 10 o'clock. It's 10:19. I think it's news time on the program. Yeah, sort of like real estate headline news. Are you ready? That's it. It's like the old days here, like Walter Concrete. I've got some headlines. You guys have the answers. So, okay, here we go. Rapid fire. Vancouver, it says, was the most expensive Canadian market. Skyrocketing property costs are to blame for the higher costs of business in Vancouver compared to Toronto and Montreal. Now, that is according to a new report on the world's most competitive cities for business. You do business in this town. What do you think?
I think that, again, It's really amazing to me that any news reporting agency can talk about Vancouver and not define what Vancouver they're talking about. Are they talking about Vancouver proper, like downtown? That's the 650 people, 650,000 people, smaller than Winnipeg, smaller than Calgary, smaller than Edmonton? Or are they talking about the valley? And I would have to hazard a guess that they're now talking about the downtown Vancouver. So that's a very small sample size.
We may be smaller than downtown Winnipeg, but at least we're not as far east.
Well, this is true.
What do you have any thoughts on that subject there, Fern?
Well, with Vancouver, it's always been not only demographics, but geography. And so if you look at any city that is determined by geography, as Vancouver is, north we've got the mountains, south we've got the border, west we've got the water, all you can do is develop and funnel out the valley. So it just goes to show you that people in Vancouver, if they're wanting to move out in the valley, it increases property values out there as well, and then it just gets to the point where what is feasible for commuting. So then you have those people wanting to live a little bit closer to Vancouver, as in North Delta, Burnaby, that kind of thing, and that increases the prices there. So it's like a boomerang effect.
Okay, you guys are going to love this one. Real estate is prime for crime. Vancouver real estate is obviously at a very high risk for being used for laundering money. Bill?
Yes, real estate firms in Vancouver are in the spotlight following a report by the Financial Transactions and Reports Analyst, better known as FinTrack, which says that it found significant compliance deficiency in the last year. They reported 60 real estate brokers are not fully compliant because people are doing this. So what's happening is that someone from ill repute, I can't really say that about you, Tommy, because you're such a stellar kind of guy, but let's just say you're not. And then you make an offer on a house, put your deposit down, money may have been gotten from ill-gotten gains. If then Fern comes along with her offer and they come in at a higher level and they buy you out, so then the real estate company has to then give you your money back. Well, guess what? Your money just got laundered.
Is that how it works?
Got cleaned.
For goodness sake.
So that's why they're being so picky on this thing, and FinTrack is correct in approaching it this way.
Is that why when I go to the bank to pay let's say a utility bill with cash, go figure, with cash, they want to know where it came from? Can I see your card, please? I go,
Absolutely.
It's $30.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of times that happens too, but I think the cutoff amount is $10,000. So if you have any, in the old days, people would come in with a sack of cash and give us $15,000 as a deposit. And, now anything over $10,000 you have to account for. But yes, when FinTrack came in a couple of years ago, that I don't know how tight the feds were on the realtors complying with FinTrack. I know with my own office, and we've just had an office meeting last week about FinTrack and the importance of it. And our office is Remax Performance. We're 100% compliant with FinTrack. And that's very, very important because FinTrack being the feds, they can go right back to when FinTrack was installed, and they can check every single deal that came across our desk for those amount of years. And I'm glad to see finally it's beginning to happen.
Is this a case of Big Brother watching?
A lot of times I feel it is too, but where do you draw the fine line?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are talking about apples in a barrel, and you put one in it, and everybody else has to suffer.
I see. Now you're going to love this question. Realtors bonuses called into question. If a property sells, listen to this. This is good, folks. If a property sells for $2.32 million, the buyer's agent's commission is $29,062. The bonus is another $20,000. Is that why you got the new car?
Oh, dear. Well, that has never changed. What has happened is that if a bonus is put on a selling commission, first of all, you have to acknowledge it anyway, and you have to acknowledge it to your buyer. Whatever you're making, and there was a fine line too, whereas in the past when the markets were a little on the tough side, that developers would be offering a free car or whatever. In those days, we did not have to disclose where our income was coming from. But now when we're working with a buyer, whether there is a bonus or not a bonus, they have to sign a piece of paper knowing exactly how much we make. Of course, we don't do that with doctors and lawyers, etc. But anyway, that's another story. We realtors have to disclose to our buyers every single dime that we are making on a deal.
So when you're doing resale, you can get a bonus for that? Now, would that be coming from the seller?
Yes, it comes from the seller. Sometimes, and again, in a tough market, a realtor will put $1,000 bonus or a $2,000 bonus. The 20 grand. Boy, I'd like to see one of those. But anyway, sometimes the realtor will make it a little bit more attractive, and also making commission structures a little bit more attractive in a tougher market. But in this kind of market, we don't see an awful lot of bonuses. 20 grand bonus is pretty hefty, but again, the buyer would know what their realtor is making.
And in a normal situation, you may not sell another house for another 2 or 3 months. Yeah. So
well,
there.
It depends on how you treat it. If you treat it like a career,
Mm-hmm.
you normally sell your 3 to 5 homes per month anyway. That's what you do, no matter what kind of market it is. You just dig a little deeper.
The city of Vancouver is looking into the impact of Airbnbs. First of all, what is an Airbnb? I keep hearing that expression. Can you guys help me out with that?
Well,
Airbnb.
Actually, I've had personal experience of that. My friends in Mexico who live in Mazatlan, they have 2 casitas at the back of their property that they rent out. And in the past, what they were doing was renting them to Canadians and Americans for 4 to 6 months at a time. Now they're on Airbnb, which is a website that you can go to as a potential renter rather than stay in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And you can rent a room out of your home. And so what they do is now they're advertising on Airbnb, and this has been very, very successful since last November. So I've been kind of helping them on that and monitoring it and, staging their place for them and all that kind of stuff. And it seems that for the owner, it's better economically.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you don't have somebody knocking on your door every 3 days saying, oh, we got to change the light bulb.
There's no toilet paper in the bathroom.
Well, you know what? It amazes me. Because I've actually spent time at their place, and the things that people come up with, it just blows me away.
Did you have to use the local newspaper for that? Oh.
No.
Okay. Now, there's also an editorial in the paper, and it said Chinese investors will sell their real estate holdings when the Chinese stock market recovers. The writer of the letter says, no, when our market crashes, they will start snapping them up faster than ever. Billy?
I tell you, we have all these experts telling us all these stories about what if. So, like, if the sun stops shining and if the moon, doesn't rise in the east and going to the west, like, what's going to happen? Like, what? It appears that we don't seem to have enough really good news to talk about, so therefore we have to invent problems.
Mm.
There's a demand for housing worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese are in Tokyo. The Chinese are in New York. The Asians are everywhere. They're causing great costs in terms of house pricing everywhere else in the world. We're no different, and we're still the cheapest place as an international city in the world to buy a property.
I don't think you should use the word cheapest.
Inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
Most reasonable.
That's even a better term. Most reasonable.
What I've found with Chinese investors, and especially if they're buying for their family, Chinese do not necessarily buy for holding and resale. A lot of times they're buying for second and third generation. And when they're trying to get their money out of China, that they will buy a house in, let's say, Fraser Glen, because it's high Chinese population there. They're not buying it for themselves. They're not buying it for their children. They're buying it for their grandchildren. And that's what it's all about. They're generational investors. They're not necessarily flippers.
When you look at the people that own property in Canada, the longest, the Asian community has owned the properties longer than any other nationality.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody comes here and buys the house next door to you, I'm buying it for my daughter who's in college. But she's going to have it for when she has her first grandchild. That could be like 30 years down the road, so that house is going to remain empty for 30 years?
No, they're not. These people are not intelligent. They are buying these properties because of the accrued value increase,
Mm-hmm.
and they're also looking as a way to park their cash. They may either will rent it, they'll rent it back to the people they buy from, and those people are very happy to do so. In a lot of cases, that's what's happening. There are some empty homes in downtown Vancouver, but in the area that we're living in, we have some people that are offshore, the buyers, and those properties are you looked after. May not always have someone in there 24/7, but they're certainly in there 2 or 3 days a week.
Good stuff. Maybe some of our listeners might have some comments on some of these subjects too.
Yeah.
They're free to join in, right?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
It's interesting that I also find you're talking about the college kids, and there are certain areas, well, not even certain areas, but around some really, really good schools that you will find a lot of these houses are occupied by the college kids. You know, it's not necessarily their parents that live there. It's they're just after teenage years, early 20s.
Well, if you have any comments on any of these subjects, maybe give us a call anytime at all, right? Yeah, it's 604-280-0650. Bill and Fern have the answer. I'd like to know what you guys think about some of these subjects. All right. Okay.
Excellent.
Another half hour to go on the show. We have some more information we want to pass along. We sure do. It's Radio Real Estate. Thank you for tuning in. Fern, what's coming up next in the program?
In our next section, we're going to be joined by Monica Dinabriga, president of Mummy Maids, who has this week's spring cleaning tip. And then later, we're going to have some more real estate information on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
What about the pets? You don't have pets in your house. Oh, you do. You have a cat.
I have a cat. It's part of family.
What's your pussy's name?
Tigger.
Get Tigger to call your wife. Get Tigger to turn the radio on and have a listen because something come up.
He's listening already.
Nice way to go, Tigger. It's Radio Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklem is president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CIL 650.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show, and I think I have an allergy or two. I better talk to Mike over at North Vancouver Nissan.
My nose is running crazy.
I think you and I better get a multi-point checkup.
We're inviting all our Nissan owners to come in and have their cars checked up. The sun is starting to come out. It's starting to dry up. Unfortunately, we're all starting to sneeze and get runny noses and coughing, but we're ready here to check the cars and make sure that they run perfect.
What's your phone number over there?
604-985-0339.
Hi, this is Monica from Mummy Maids. We're here to help you with all your cleaning needs, including move-in, move-outs, packing and unpacking, organizing, laundry and windows, walls, basic cleaning and custom cleaning. We do it all. You deserve a break and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit us at mummymaids.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As your mortgage broker, I am your home loan consultant, helping you finance the largest debt of your life. All of us want to make the right financing decision when we're making this choice. Even after you sign for your mortgage, we are still there for you. Call us. Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CIL 650. The clean up woman, 'cause she's tough. I mean, she really cleans up.
Now, this is the portion of the program where Bill Macklem does take notes because your wife has been known to go out of town quite often because she's very busy.
Yes.
And she leaves you some chores to do. And
I had to clean up the roaster this week.
You had to cook, too, the other
Times
night.
are tough.
Isn't that
Gee.
awful? So she says, whenever Dina comes on the show, Monica, and Bill's here, she says to make sure he takes notes. So you be taking notes this morning?
I'm taking notes because I got to polish those copper kettles.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's find out how to do that. Monica, you there? Good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Here's a solution for polishing tarnished copper with a natural solution I'm sure everybody has in their pantry. Just plain old salt. Fill a 16-ounce spray bottle with white vinegar and 3 tablespoons of salt. Spray onto the copper, let it sit briefly, then rub clean. Your copper will shine like the day you bought it. Simple solution for a shinier tomorrow. This is Monica Dinabriga for Radio Real Estate.
Wonder if that works for brass, too. So let Mommy Maids clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit mommymaids.com. That's mommymaids.com.
It's 10:34 on the Radio Real Estate Show. It's been another wonderful week in real estate. Bill, you're keeping busy, are you?
You know what? I had a client text me last night around 9 o'clock, said they'd already lost one house because the prices were competitive, obviously, so they're up bidding, and said, we got another place. I had a client come in on Tuesday. By Thursday, they already had an offer in.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's been really...
It's happening that fast, huh?
It's happening that fast. It's
Wow.
just, and we're having to... What we're having a problem with, matter of fact, and this is true, is that sometimes the property is just getting listed on MLS. The offer's made, it's accepted. We're trying to get the deal submitted to the lender. The lender will not do anything until we have a copy of the MLS spec sheet. The MLS spec sheet is just getting done. Could take up to 3 days for that thing to get printed from the MLS and get back to us. So we have to actually phone the realtor to get some details on the property, but the lender will not give us an approval until they see a copy of that MLS.
Sounds to me like it's getting a little bit tougher for you folks to do your job.
Well, it is because, especially in a market like this, it makes it a lot tougher. But, an astute realtor, and this is what I always do with you, Bill, that if I'm writing an offer on a piece of property, I've already printed off the information sheet that my buyer has to sign anyway, declaring how much commission I'm making, and I automatically email that along with the deal to the broker. Because to me, I mean, what do you know what you're dealing with, and do you have access to MLS to pull this up? I'm trying to stay, what I try and do is just save one step there and also make it more compliant for the seller when I'm bringing in an offer.
Well, we also ask our realtors when they do that. A lot of times they've already pulled title, so we actually know what kind of liens are against the property. Either the listing agent might know that, or the buyer's agent, and so then that provides a full package. So then when we send off to the lender, they know what they're dealing with.
So when somebody comes in to see you, they're applying for a first-time mortgage. How long is it going to take usually?
The meeting itself will take about an hour. What that is, a lot of people coming in to see a mortgage broker or a bank, for that matter. It doesn't make much difference. There's a lack, or there's a certain amount of suspicion, a little bit of lack of trust, until they find out exactly that you're actually working for them, that you're trying to find out what's best for them. I saw a client last week, Friday, I think it was Thursday or Friday, it might have been Saturday, and then they're still kind of like, okay, so we're processing this, but this is a lot of information, and we want to make the right offer, and we don't want to lose our opportunity, and we want to make sure we're going in the right direction, and we're buying in the right community in the Lower Mainland. So then I met them again at White Spot on Wednesday night with their aunt, who is a very excellent lady, got a lot of knowledge, to go through it again with them. I think she's checking me out as well to make sure that I'm looking after the kids as well as I can. But at the same time, she wants to make sure that we're all on the same page, going in the same direction. So,
we always say it's best to go see your mortgage broker, then go see the realtor, because when the realtor knows that you've been pre-approved for a mortgage, you know how much money you have to spend, right?
Absolutely. But if people come to me first before they go to their mortgage broker, that I always give them an alternative or two. Then that way they feel a lot more comfortable that a lot of times people have been in to see their bank, and their bank will tell them this and this and this and this. And when it comes to the application, then all of a sudden the story's changed.
So you might be able to advise them on price before they go to see the mortgage broker?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. It works that way.
It's you want to be very careful on how you do this. So that's one of the processes we go through to make sure that people are looked after. We ask for a lot of documents.
So really then, as a consumer, I'm putting together my team. I'm putting together my mortgage broker, my real estate agent, right?
Absolutely.
And the lawyer and the accountant, because there's a lot of times too, then I know Bill does this as well. We work with a lot of people that are buying businesses or looking at leases or whatever. And that we can't be experts on everything, that we each know our area of expertise, and we just bring people on board that know what they're talking about as far as a lawyer or accountant goes.
And somewhere out there right now, there's a home inspector listening to the show going, hey, what about me? What about me? They're important too, right?
Yeah, they're definitely going to mention that.
Is that a big part of it?
Big part of it.
Very
so
big
what
part.
you do is you try to do as much information gathering ahead of time. When I'm speaking with people at our meetings, and I'm quite honest with them, I say, we're going to ask for a lot of stuff. So they say, well, why do I need my notice of assessments? Well, that shows that you worked last year and you don't owe the government any money. Well, why do I need my pay stubs? Well, that shows you worked last week and you're getting a certain amount of money. Well, then why do you need a job letter? Well, that actually shows that you're going to work next week. So you need to have the 3 pieces of information to show all that. They said, well, how about my down payment? And I said, well, you have to show a 90-day history. Well, I'm going to get a gift. Well, then we have to see the gift being deposited. We have to see your account before the deposit and then after the deposit. I said to them, matter of fact, we're going to be asking for so much information. If you go to our washroom, there are some urine sample bottles, and we'll take some urine samples at the same time, or maybe a blood sample, just in case, because you never know.
What was your address then?
I'm not going there.
No, it's funny you mentioned that, because you haven't been to the bathroom at Bill's place, have you?
I know I haven't. But anyway, we can change the subject now.
Those little cups there, I could understand. It's the syringes that were kind of scary. What happens, Bill, in Furnace? Somebody would come to you folks and say, you know what? I'm thinking about getting into the market. I haven't made an offer on a house yet. I don't even know what I want to buy, but I do need some money. What happens then? Can we do something like that?
We get them pre-approved.
Can we? Even though they don't know what property they want?
Exactly, because
they have it
based on
locked in.
income.
Yeah. And then I call Ferd and I say, I've got $500,000 to spend, and then you take it over from there?
Yes, and if the mortgage is, the confirmation is locked in, as Bill does with his people, I like them to come to me fairly quickly after they've seen Bill, and not 3 days before their option on the mortgage has expired, because then we got to go through the whole process again.
Exactly.
Kind of just human nature, isn't it?
Well, a lot of times it is. Some of us work well under pressure.
Here's the other thing. So Fern's exactly right. So let's say that we've got a pre-approval for these people. It's either a 90-day hold or a 120-day hold. That means the rate is held for that period of time. So that's really great. Oh, by the way, I'm going to buy myself a car.
Oh.
But we don't hear about that until
so now
the offer's made.
Now we don't qualify anymore.
Yeah.
So get pre-approved for the mortgage. Do not buy the F-150 until all that goes down.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You can always get a vehicle after you get the house.
Okay.
Put a second mortgage on it. Buy a vehicle.
Yeah. Okay. No, can't do that either. Sorry, can't do that either.
Oh, we can work that out.
But auto dealers can do things that banks that do mortgages can't.
Wait a second. I was going down Kingsway the other day and I saw the Fern Northcott car lot. Did you?
Have I got a deal for you?
No, you're 100% realtor, right?
Absolutely.
That's all you do.
I just drive them. I don't sell them.
You too. I don't know how to fix them. I just drive them. Well, Jason is with us. Jason is a lawyer, and we're talking about pets living in condos and townhouses and that sort of place. The Strata Council, some of them have their noses up. You have a little cat at home.
I do.
And
well, it's not so little.
No, you're right. It's kind of a
small
large
dog.
A small dog, verging on small cougar.
Yes.
Is basically what it is. And what's Pussy's name?
Tigger. It's a Maine Coon cat.
I hope Tigger's got the radio on because our lawyer is here, and we're going to talk about pet prohibitions.
The courts have held that pet prohibitions and corporations' declarations are valid and enforceable. Some declarations will have a provision that prohibit pets. Some declarations and rules will limit the number, size, and weight of pets. Other pet provisions touch upon things like dog waste, barking, whining, nuisance or dangerous animals, and a number of other provisions. Provided that the corporation has the proper pet provisions in place, a corporation can deem the pet to be a nuisance and demand that the pet be permanently removed from the property. In the alternative, the corporation could initiate or seek a court order for compliance with any particular pet provision. The latter circumstance is obviously a worst case scenario, so it's really important to make sure that the corporation does at least have a provision which gives the corporation or the board the opportunity to deem a pet to be a nuisance and require its permanent removal. Pet provisions can be found in two different places. It can be found in the corporation's declaration or the rules. If a corporation wants to amend the declaration, it requires the written consent of 80% of the units. If a corporation wants to amend the rules, the corporation must provide notice and a copy of the rules to all the owners, and the owners would have 30 days to requisition a meeting to vote on the rules. If a meeting wasn't requisitioned by at least 15% of the units of the corporation, then the rules would be effective after 30 days have passed. If they do requisition a meeting to vote upon the rules, then a meeting would be called and the owners would vote on the rules.
Was your cat listening to all that?
I think the cat was listening. I think that I just got a call.
From the roof, right?
Yeah, from the roof.
You were tell us a quick story about your cat. Yeah.
So earlier this week, I was we have a side drive, and that's where our garbage cans are. So I go to the front door to drop off off my garbage, put it around the corner. I come back around the front of the house, going back to the front door, and I hear the little meow. And I kind of went, oh, what the cat must be trying to get to the front door. So I go to my front door to go back in, and there's no cat there. And I kind of went, well, that's kind of odd. I know the window's not open. So I turn back around and I look up, and here's my cat on the corner of the roof looking down at me, kind of like, oh, hi there. How you doing? I said, get the heck off the roof.
That's because that roof belongs to the cat.
No kidding.
No kidding. So,
territory.
Yeah, no kidding. Other good things come up on the show this morning, Bill?
We got some good things coming up on the Radio Real Estate Show later on today. We have what I would think is a terrific idea, a terrific article. The lack of supply to blame for bloated prices.
Interesting. We're also going to look at the Vancouver real estate market with Don Mortimer. He is a friend of the show. He's also with Remax Crest Realty Westside.
And as I was saying, we're going to look at prices of homes. And is this just contingent here in Vancouver, or is it a bigger problem than just Vancouver?
And the question, Fern, is it Vancouver or is it Vancouver?
Well, that's the thing. I agree with Bill 100%. You know, when they're talking about statistics, that we have two real estate boards, one of Vancouver, one of the Fraser Valley. And whenever statistics come out, they say the real estate board says, well, which one to begin with? You know, anyway, we can go on about that.
Oh, yeah.
We probably will.
Yes, we will.
I was thinking about buying myself one of those new electric Tesla cars.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I can't find an extension cord long enough.
This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage. Oh, you're a card. Producer Dwayne Bishop and Tom Lucas, the card. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house radio real estate on CL 650.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show, and I think I have an allergy or two. I better talk to Mike over at North Vancouver Nissan.
My nose is running crazy.
I think you and I better get a multi-point checkup.
We're inviting all our Nissan owners to come in and have their cars checked up. The sun is starting to come out. It's starting to dry up. Unfortunately, we're all starting to sneeze and get runny noses and coughing, but we're ready here to check the cars and make sure that they run perfect.
What's your phone number over there?
604-985-0339.
Hi, this is for Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Baby boomers move for various reasons. Perhaps your home is just too big, or you want to buy that toy you always wanted. Together, we will make that happen. Call or text me for Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. In these busy times, it is not always possible to get to a bank for appointments. With young families and busy agendas, we have found that our personal, professional, and our at-home service is very much appreciated. Call 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME, or online at billymac.com. That's BILLI, not a Y, MAC.com.
Vancouver weather.
A mix of sun and cloud today, tomorrow, and Monday looking absolutely fantastic, right, Bill?
Absolutely not. Cloudy, 40% chance of showers in the afternoon, high of 14. Monday, showers, high of 13. Cloudy with 30% chance of showers in the evening.
So if you have an umbrella in the car, keep it in the car because you may have to use it.
Better get two.
Okay, will do. It's 12 degrees right now on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CI 650.
Hey, we're moving on up. To the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
Oh, yeah. Is that your sister singing? Oh,
I think so.
Good.
She's good.
A little piece of the pie. Well, they're singing that song is absolutely true. There are lots of people moving from the west end over to the east end of the city now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently it's quite popular.
Apparently, from what I hear, there are people that are like perhaps inheriting property in the west side, selling it, moving to the east side, because the east side is looking pretty snazzy right now.
Well, it certainly is. A lot of baby boomers are either putting a mortgage on their house, giving it to the kids, or they're just kicking the bucket and giving the kids the money.
Or then there's always Bill Macklem's suggestion. Remember, it says in the Daddy's handbook. What did it say?
It says, we're not here to make our children rich.
Uh-huh.
We're here to live our life to the best of our ability. And as you pass away, there's one check still floating around in the mail that might bounce.
Really? So you suggest if you have adult children, what should they do on mom and dad?
Mom and dad should get the kids to work.
Or the kids should take out an insurance policy and pay?
Yes. They should. They should take it. We've done that with my mom because we want to get a huge inheritance.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mrs. Macklem.
I know my mom is listening, so she knows I'm joking. But anyway.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
We know you, Bill.
Yeah, the children should always look after the parents. That's absolutely true. And so it's important that make sure that there's enough insurance in their mom's name to make sure that the estate is looked after, the mom's looked after if something ever happened to her, and that they look after any of the costs as they diminish the selling of the estate and all the estate laws and the estate tax that go with it.
Well, I did have a call from your mom, and she said she wanted to change a few things in the will. She wanted to add Clara to it. I said, who the hell is Clara? And she says, that's a sister that Bill doesn't know about. Oh, well, way to go, Mrs. Macklem. 10:48, it's the Radio Real Estate Show. Let's take a look at Laurel Mainland Real Estate right now with Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty Westside. He's on the line. We have him. Don, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I survived. I see you survived April Fool's Day yourself yesterday. Holy cow.
Oh, yes, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I'm so busy. Oh, all right. Good.
Well, there's always next year. We'll get you. No joke in the housing market right now. Houses are selling faster than you can, put a stick up, right?
Oh, they are. Now we got the condos and the townhouses going really, really strong now, and multiple offers, which is very good for the lower end people too, right? Which is really, really good.
So if a single family house is not your cup of tea, the condos are on the market and the townhouses are on the market. They're starting to sell well right now too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I had over list price again on a adult-oriented townhouse last weekend.
And I understand that you have a couple of great buys for us this week. You want to share some information?
Yes, I do. I have an open house on Saturday at the Salis, which is at 66 and Scott Road. One bedroom, 680 square feet. Really, really nice condo. And then on Sunday, I have another one at 80th and Scott Road, and it's a one-bedroom with vaulted ceilings, wide-open floor plan.
2 condos for sale. If you need a new place to live, I think we should give you a call right away, right, Don?
Yes.
Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you very shortly.
Thank you very much. This is Don Mortimer with Radio Real Estate.
So if you want to put Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty to work, give him a call at 604-781-6000. That's 604-781-6000.
All right, let's set the scene now for Mr. Bill Macklem. She works hard for the money, so you'd better treat her right. Got the message, pal?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you had some very interesting things on your mind this morning.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Can't wait.
I noticed that we seem to be thinking that our government going out and getting investment people coming in from Europe and Asia to invest money here in BC for any number of businesses they're bringing, that this influx of people is causing them to buy houses, which is causing the influx in prices. And I kind of go like, come on. I mean, first off, you want to create jobs, and that's what you're doing. So you're creating jobs, and there's going to be a certain amount of a drain on your housing supply because these people are going to bring people with them. So that's not a problem. So then you look around and say, okay, so is anybody else experiencing the same kind of problem with lack of housing? It appears it's almost a decision made by somebody somewhere that people like yourself, myself, maybe Furnish, a little bit younger than us, that the government figures that we're just about one step off going to a nursing home, so therefore they don't have to build any houses.
Maybe you.
So they don't have to build any houses, and so they're building townhouses and condos for density reasons, but the housing market is just, they're not building enough of them. Well, you've got 35,000 people coming in the Lower Mainland here looking for homes. You have your own children looking for homes, and then you have a number of people that are immigrating to our country that are looking for homes. There's a demand on housing, not only here. If you look at the articles in Toronto, they say that there's several reasons why they're having some problems, and one of them is the main fact of that is the fact that there's not enough land. They're actually being forced to buy semi-detached properties.
Don't we have the same problem in Vancouver? There's not enough land. We got to go up instead of out.
Right.
Exactly, and Toronto has the same problem. So they're having bloated prices because they don't have enough developed land for housing that they need, and we're not moving fast enough on that. I mean, you're not old enough, but back in the late 70s, I was running an economic development corporation, and one of the things that was happening in those days was the fact that the federal government, in their great wisdom, decided that they would put a freeze on any developments in Crown land. So that means no more golf courses, no more ski resorts, no more recreation areas, because there was not enough demand for these products.
Like our land freeze with the NDP back in the 70s.
Exactly. So they did this freeze on these things. 3 years, there was a moratorium. They took it off, and all of a sudden you've got all these ski resorts and golf courses being built because they had such an overwhelming demand for all these products. And people just didn't, the bureaucrats don't always understand what's going on at the street level. That's one of the major problems.
So all the demand then for all these products would be from people that are moving here, taking the housing.
Or your children buying houses.
Not my kids, pal.
I think maybe that could be true.
Well, okay, maybe two. How many do you have, Tom? Two.
So what's happening is that we don't have enough supply. And so we've created an artificial shortage of houses. And by creating that artificial shortage of houses, you've now created this huge demand for a smaller availability, supply and demand curve, and so that pushes the prices of these homes up astronomically.
So let me just see if I'm correct. So that means that we grew up here, but now we can't afford to live here anymore because the taxes are going up too. So somebody comes from somewhere else, buys my house, and I move out to Abbotsford.
Your choice.
Apparently not.
No, if you already own a house and you sell, that's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this question. So in our great wisdom, we have a certain number of people in the Lower Mainland. What's that? 2.5 million people?
Okay.
Okay. So that's a tax base. But how many homes is that? Is there a million homes, 1.5 million homes in the Lower Mainland?
Okay.
So they're all taxed, right? Okay. So obviously we're taxed to the nines because we all complain about it. Everybody works their buns off just to stay here, just to live here, but don't take into consideration all things they can do, whether it's any kind of holiday, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then why are there 1 million people a month going across the border, even when the dollar differential is so great, to buy products somewhere else? Because they're cheaper, because the taxes in the States are cheaper than they are up here.
Less expensive,
and,
yes.
Yes,
yeah.
Less expensive. So if there's 1 million people, and let's just say it's you and I, we're going down, we're just going to buy gas this month, and it's $100 for the gas. There's 1 million people buying $100 for the gas. How much money is that going out of the province?
Lots.
A lot.
How about 100 million?
Really lots.
How about $100 million leaving the province every month. But you know what? We're really concerned about the fact that the ferries don't operate properly or the hydro doesn't operate properly. How about looking at the amount of dollars that are leaving our problem? If you were running a company and your shareholders found out that your company was losing $100 million every month, how long before you get fired?
Immediately.
That's what happens when you ask a mortgage broker these questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
And
I
you're not-
agree with you, Bill.
And,
100%.
and the realtor's not too far behind.
And you
either.
know what? I'm just as bad. I mean, even now in this market with our dollar, it's better for me to take my car down to Bellingham, fill up with gas, than it is in my local gas station. What was it?
It's $1.90 in Bellingham at the Fred Meyer's.
Yeah. And
Buck
that's
90
exactly
a
where I
gallon?
go. Yeah. And so what am I paying a liter yesterday
Well,
was
no, but let's have our
1.17.9.
24 municipalities, though, because it's important to have 24 municipalities.
And for the rest of us, in the next segment of the show, we'll let these two guys. You guys want to talk outside the hall?
We could do that.
Please do. We're going to hear from a radio real estate expert. Finn Jensen is the guy's name. He's going to be on the show, and he's going to talk to us about April arriving, and with April comes a whole lot of chores. It's Tom Lucas with a co-host for Northcott of Remax. I think you just married Mr. Remax. That's not a bad deal.
There you go. Hey, what can I say?
Yeah, Bill Macklem is here, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you are listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Your life's too busy to be doing the things that you don't want to do. Hi, it's Monica at Mummy Maids. We'll free up your time by taking care of all your cleaning needs. We have weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or one-time special occasion plans available, including move-in and move-outs. Commercial and residential cleaning performed by bonded, insured, WCB-covered, uniform cleaning experts. You deserve a break, and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959 or visit mummymaids.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Real estate is the greatest investment you will ever make. Approach it as an adventure, financially and emotionally without mistakes. I have a plan for making your real estate investments work for you. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, at 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
CL 650.
I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
You are listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650. Our home handyman is with us right now. Finn Jensen's on the line. Finster, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning, everyone. April, beautiful April, has arrived. March and most of the wild weather is hopefully behind us now, so we can concentrate on really getting out there. All our parks and beaches are ready to please everyone from joggers to photographers, wielding foot-long lenses, all necessarily to properly record the beauty of our home. In the meantime, locals are engaged with the usual things that come with this time of year, getting the garden in shape, going to the garden shop to see what's new in patio plants. Many will still bring home small potted geraniums that will soon grow into one of the best-loved flowers. In fact, this area, the Gulf Islands, and all through the lower mainland, the variety of botanicals is amazing. And it's not just in parks and such, but also in anyone's garden and backyard. Travel anywhere and you'll see fig trees hanging over a garage or dangling behind a fence. Grapevines can be grown just about anywhere and are. Oriental varieties of trees are popular here with exotic-looking fruit, some of which hang on into early winter, and if dusted with snow, looks absolutely stunning. The importance of horticulture around our city cannot be overestimated. It dresses the neighborhoods with color and interesting shapes, and it enlivens and appreciates all properties. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
Let Finn take care of all your plumbing and heating needs for a real, fast, reliable, and dependable service. Call Finn at Gentech Mechanical Installations, 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
Thank you, William. Fern, let's suppose there's a couple out there that are thinking about maybe making a move in the marketplace and thinking about perhaps buying a home. They should maybe talk things over first before they call you. What sort of things should they be talking about to themselves before they call the real estate agent?
Mainly their haves, needs, and wants, what they can afford. I always say to buyers, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? And let's work on that. I mean, you know that we live in a time of short gratification, immediate gratification. So real estate doesn't work that way. I mean, to try and buy a piece of property and flip it and going, unless you're shadow flipping, and going through that process, that especially with young people, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? And let's work towards that goal together.
And maybe in 5 years' time, if you're planning on still being together, which of course most people do, are you planning on having a child? Are you planning on making your family a little bit bigger? You're going to need extra room, right?
Well, absolutely. And, then with that as well, that you kind of have to look at the product that you're moving into. A lot of the condos that you'd be moving into as well has an age restriction, and so stuff like that. So you got to look at a lot of a lot of parents will say to their kids, you got to get a toehold on real estate, come and buy this 1-bedroom condo. Well, you're right. If they're going to have a kid in a year or two or whatever, that's not planning for the future. And then, if the market is slow on 1-bedroom condos, which it is, they're not as desirable as 2 bedrooms, then you're stuck with it, either to rent it out. If there's a rental restriction, you can't rent them out, then you got to sell them or not have that kid. And it can really disrupt a person's life.
No kidding. No kidding. So if somebody would like to talk about real estate and they want to give you a call, Fern, can they do that? Can you call you?
They sure can. In 5 minutes, my cell will be back on again, and I can be reached on either text or phone at quit laughing, you guys. 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066.
We should put this out that I always say technology is great when it works. You've had a little problem with the phone company, but it'll be fixed out, right?
No, let's not go there. Up until a month ago, I didn't even know what the PUK number was.
A what?
PUK through TELUS. And they locked my phone. It just goes boom. I can't get it unlocked, and you have to phone in for a PUK number.
Is somebody your age allowed to say that word?
I guess.
Spell it again for me.
PUK.
That's what I thought you said. Okay.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And I'm leaving all the jokes to Bill Macklem on that one. Yeah, I'll let that go. Fern, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, Tom. Always a pleasure.
And I hope that you get your PUK fixed. No, PK. What is it?
PUK.
Oh.
PUK.
Do you have to see a doctor for that?
Actually, I saw Dwayne, and he helped me out, and we released the PUK.
Oh, well, that's Dr. Dwayne. He has a part-time job.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure.
With you too.
Bill, thank you so much.
I'm not going to see Wayne.
No, but you are going to go and see clients right now because you do make house calls.
Absolutely.
Somebody wants to get a hold of you during the week?
Call me 604-684-4663, 604-684-4663. Call me Bill.
Okay, and then call you for dinner after that, right?
That's right.
All right. And Dwayne and I will be here on Monday morning at 7 o'clock. Enjoy your weekend, what's left of it. Go buy a house or two, and we'll talk to you on the radio with CL 650. It's Tom Lucas for Bill, Fern, and Dwayne saying thank you, bye.